Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with Star Ocean First Departure R. And as you see, I have done some level grinding. I'm up to level 101 with all characters. Now there is a way to do this very easily. What you will want to do is with the super speciality of contraband, keep making items until you create a counterfeit metal. Then you want to use the orchestra super ability, and then for me it was Ilya. Have her replicate as many counterfeit metals as you can hold. What the counterfeit metal does is you use it on a character. They only need 1 HP to level up. So we can hold 20 items, get 20 counterfeit metals, use one on each of your party members, fight when everyone levels up, use more counterfeit metals, fight when everybody levels up. That works up until you get to level 100. Once you're at level 100, counterfeit metals no longer work. You have to do it the old-fashioned way, and it takes a long time. Now for what we're about to do, you want to have some of the best equipment you can get. You want to put items on that will protect against petrification. A lot of people that I see that do this next part have their characters at about 112 minimum. So I'm actually just checking to see if I can do this. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this or if I'm going to have to do some more grinding. This was actually a test, and I obviously succeeded because you're seeing it. We're going to be facing a super boss. So, to fight this super boss, you need a party member that has 2 particular talents. In my case, the person who has these 2 particular talents is Aries, rhythm sense and listening. With those 2, you will then want to save your game. I didn't do that here. Then you want to go into speciality for Aries. Go into music. You want to perform the Devil's Aria. Now I made a save after activating the song. That's a mistake. Don't do that. Save first before you play it. If you get out of the menu while the Devil's Aria is still playing, you will get into a fight with a super boss called Gabriella. Gabriella will kick your ass. I actually fought this bitch immediately after the last video, thinking, how hard could it possibly be? Okay, so she has only got 100,000 HP, so that way she's not that tough. But she is super fast and hits like a fucking 747 coming in. She absolutely, in one hit, wiped out my 2 melee fighters the first time I fought her, and I couldn't recover. As you can see, she just about did it. She did it again. She fucking hurts. She does about 7,000 to 8,000 points of damage per strike. Most people level grind until they're at least level 112, so that everyone's HP is 9,999. This was a test to see if I could beat her. I wasn't expecting to succeed, but I did. Now, the main reason I'm fighting her is because you must beat her once to be able to get the platinum for this game. A reason you might want to do this is because she can drop an item like 12.8% of the time. It's a low percentage chance, but she can drop an item called the Amulet of the Archangel. Archangel's bracelet, sorry. What this item does is it will give plus 60 to attack, defense, avoid, guts, and luck. Give you 200 points to magic. Increases your resistance to status effects. Heals you if you take fire damage. And reduces damage from all other elements by 50%. If you really want to do this, you can try and farm her until you've got 8. I was not lucky enough to get one of these bracelets, and I don't care. I only wanted the trophy. But if you want to farm her, if you're confident enough that you can take her out, go right ahead and farm her until you get at least 4. Possibly 8 if you really want to. You can fight her multiple times. The way I summoned her, you can summon her an infinite amount of times. It's not just one time. And right here, we beat her, and we got the trophy Hero of Heroes. I reloaded immediately after this fight. So I did not beat her from now on. As I said, we have reloaded our save, so that fight with Gabriella never happened. I just wanted the trophy. So, you see those 2 dots to the north of the map? That is where we want to go. I start going south and then realize I'm going the wrong way. It takes me a minute to figure out how I'm supposed to get over there. There's a clear path with no mountains around it. That's where you go. I'll turn the camera around and I will see it. Continue following the path. That's the path right there. Just continue following this path. You will eventually see a tower that it looks like it's in like a crevice and you can't get to it. That is Revorse Tower. That is the final dungeon of the game. But we cannot get to Revorse Tower from the outside world. As we were told last video, we need to go to the Biodome. A little behind Revorse Tower to the right. That right there is Revorse Tower. You can kind of start seeing it. But a little bit to the right, you will see a building with a purple dome on it. That is the Biodome. Once you go inside, you will have a couple of scenes.
Look at that! I've never seen anything like these plants before.
An abandoned laboratory. This must be the biolab.
Yep. And it looks like it's been shut down for a while. Guess they were trying to develop plants capable of thriving on this planet.
Must have been pretty successful.
I guess. Let's go inside.
It's that guy from before. The guy who took Millie hostage over in the demon world.
You're right. For gallantry displayed during Operation Asmodeus.
Captain, take a look at this.
The Revorse plan? This must have been where they did the genetic research that led to G.A. Revorse.
And that's not all.
That's Asmodeus!
It looks like Asmodeus was also a native of Fargate. Another genetic engineering test case.
So how did he wind up in the demon world?
The record says that Asmodeus rebelled against his peers and escaped through a vortex, taking the space-time laboratory with him.
And that vortex was connected to the demon world.
Apparently, they were incapable of creating another Asmodeus-like superhuman afterwards.
Interesting. Now I understand why they bothered going all the way to Roke to collect Asmodeus's DNA.
And GA Revorse was created using Asmodeus's genes as a base.
Once the scene is over, you see a ladder behind you to the left. Go down it. There'll be another scene. There'll be no voices on that one, so I'll continue talking. Follow down the path. It's just a straight corridor. Halfway through, you'll have another scene with no dialogue, but just continue going forward until you come up to another ladder. Climb up top, you will see a stairway. Congratulations, you are in Revorse Tower.
Well, here it is. Revorse Tower.
It won't be long before we have to face GA.
Yeah. We're going to end this here. We can't let him keep people in misery any longer.
You just wait. I'll show him what happens when you make me mad. Welch smash!
Okay, if you go up the stairs, there'll be a teleporter that takes you back to the biodome. This is your way to leave if you want to. None of the enemy, well, I was about to say none of the enemies are anything special, but there is an enemy that we fought as a boss just before we fought Asmodeus. If you recall, it absorbed darkness, and it also seems to absorb lightning, and Roddick and Ashley's weapons did like nothing to them other than healing them. Yeah, they're now a common enemy. But this teleporter will take you back to the biodome if you need to leave Revorse Tower. And we're going to leave Revorse Tower when we get towards the end, because getting to the final save point will trigger a couple of things. But we'll talk about that when we get there. So, head to the south. And once you go south, head to the door to the right, and continue following the tunnel until you find a teleporter and step on said teleporter. Okay, once you've teleported, head to the left. We'll find doors along the corridor. The first door, or enter the second door. First door will lead to another hallway. We'll take that later. The second door will lead to a chest that contains another new spell for Ronix.
My fault. Ravenous Fiend! Well,
I'd
there
say
you
that
go.
was 8 out of 10.
So this chest contains the spell Demon's Gate. It is automatically equipped to anyone that can use it. Seems mostly it's Ronix. I didn't see anyone else that can use it. Once you have this spell, Take the door to the right, which will lead to another corridor with several doors. As you see, I'm putting the Demon Gate on. It's not particularly powerful. I don't know why they added it this late in the game. I have much more powerful spells. But anyway, first door here will give you a armor that you need to identify or appraise, and it is a mithril shield. I have, however, already gotten a mithril shield from blacksmithing. This next door is empty, so just continue through the door. And on this corridor, you want to check the northern door to get a medicine bottle. The upper left door has a sour syrup. The lower right door has a teleporter that will take you to the next floor. We're ignoring that for now. We want to take the lower left door for another hallway with some doors.
We got company.
Well, this looks wimpy.
Demon's Gate.
That was way
over
too
already?
fast.
The door that we see to the north will give us a chest with mithril greaves. If you haven't already made better armor through blacksmithing, go ahead and equip them. I believe I did. And just go south for the next corridor. We have several doors here. The one to the left here is a second Star Guard. Give this to another melee fighter. If we continue to the door to the left, we will get an assault bomb. After that, go back into the previous room, go all the way to the right, and we will get to a scene.
Hang on. This looks an awful lot like an Earth craft to me.
Captain, take a look at this.
Discovery. Discovery?
The planetary exploration ship Discovery. It went missing in the 21st century.
Did it get sucked through a wormhole to Fargate, or what?
It was lost a good 700 years ago. It must have gone back in time 500 years or so.
Now, this would certainly explain how Fargate managed to obtain their spacefaring technology.
Once scene is complete, head back to the left. We now want to take that teleporter we skipped earlier. So go up the first door, go across the hallway here, and then go across to the bottom right door for the teleporter. Once you're in, just follow the straight path until you reach another corridor with multiple rooms.
We got company.
Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Demon's Gate. Ravenous Fiend.
Double slash. That
Guess it
way
really
too
was that
fast.
simple.
I can feel the power flowing.
I feel like I'm stronger now.
Alright, this is that fight that I warned you about. These enemies will absorb darkness, lightning. If you have Ashley or Roddick with those weapons we made with the Force Swords, they will just continue to heal the enemies. The best way to take these enemies out is on PlayStation, press the circle button, hit the D-pad until you are highlighting Ashley or Roddick. Hit the circle button again to take control of Ashley or Roddick. And stop attacking. Let your magic users and your other party member do the damage. Hopefully you're not using both Roddick and Ashley. If you are, you have no way of continuing. Reload and either give them some weaker weapons that they can do damage with, or don't use both in the party.
Divine strike!
Stone! Rain!
Divine strike! Divine strike! All right, let's get going.
Battle scars.
Once inside this room, the door on the upper left will give you a rainbow diamond. The door to the east side will give you the meteor swarm spell. This is for Ronix and Eoshua. So those will be equipped to both of them. I did not actually realize that Eoshua had that spell until we got done with the dungeon. So I then took a look and I saw that he had that spell too. Then once you are done with that, take that upper right door and we will reach another corridor with multiple doors. First door, you will get Elven Slippers. Put those on one of your characters that needs them. Second door will contain Iron. Then continue to the upper left door for another corridor. The door to the north is empty. Continue to the left.
Can we just leave these alone?
Let's take care of this fast. Southern Cross!
Stone! Rain!
Southern Cross!
Weak.
No time to waste here.
If you enter the northern door, you will get an Artemis leaf. The southern door is an armor that needs to be identified that turns out to be a hermit's cap. Exit to the south to reach the next teleporter.
Kind of a
Can we just
throwaway
leave these
match
alone?
here. Southern Cross!
Phoenix Blast.
truly a necessary battle.
Exiting the room, the first door to the north will get you a medicine bottle. Second door is empty, so continue going right and just follow the path until you reach another teleporter. Follow the path until you reach a save point, then continue heading to the left.
Kind of a
Please do
throwaway
not
match
trifle with
here.
people's lives. Stone! Rain!
They were certainly in a hurry to die.
Just right.
The first door will get you a chest with a mithril helmet. The leftmost door contains an orcalarium. Once you have that, return, and then you want to take this door that I just entered. We don't want to go this way just yet. The first door we pass has a defense bomb inside. The next room is empty, so continue along the path until we find a teleporter. Inside this room, left door will give you a chest with a sour syrup. Go to the right for another corridor. The first door will give you an armor that you need to identify for a mithril mesh. The second door will get you a resurrection mist. Continue to the south to reach the teleporter for the fourth floor. Follow the path until you reach another one of those archways. Ignore the first door in the archway, that is a teleporter. You want the northern door, which is a mithril, and then take the teleporter. Exiting the door to the north will get you some spectacles. Continue to the south, you will get an armor to identify. This is a Sylvan mail that you may want to give to one of your melee characters if you do not have something better from blacksmithing. After that, backtrack and take that northern door. Once you're in this room, go to the north to get a weapon to be identified. It is a berserk sword that none of my characters can use. Once you're done with that, go back down to the previous room. Door to our left will contain another one of those arch corridors with 2 doors. First door will give us a herb to identify for a rose hip. The second door is a sour syrup. Then just continue along the path to reach another teleporter.
Makes me a hypocrite.
Okay, follow the path out. You will, along the way, run into a couple of doors. This first door here will contain a herb to identify, which is an Artemis leaf. The next door is a refreshing syrup. Continue along the hallway to the next screen. You'll have a door to the north that has a chest that contains more elven slippers. Then head back down and go to the right for another arch hallway. First door contains a chest that contains a resurrection mist. The next room contains a dream crown, which if you have not already made one through blacksmithing, you might want to put on one of your spellcasters for extra defense. Exit to the south. You'll have a doorway to your right. Go in it for a sour syrup. The leftmost door is a dead end, so take the door to your upper left for a teleporter. From here, there is no more treasure. Continue following this path. You will take a couple of teleporters until you reach a save point. This is the final save point in the game. If you have already defeated Revorse, you can stop playing this playthrough. Whatever characters you have at this point, their voice files are saved to your game account. If you've been playing along, you'll notice that the fourth option has always been a bunch of question marks. It is now unlocked as voice clips, and you can hear the voice clips of every character you've gotten to that point with, plus Asmodeus, and I'm going to assume one of them is going to be Revorse, so we will have to beat him for another one. And that means you will have to play a second playthrough to get other characters. Now, Muthmavel, since we did change her to Eris, we do not have her voice files. So we will have to do a third playthrough to get one of these characters, whichever you do not get in your next playthrough to this point. And that is why you have to play through this game 3 times. However, at this point, we now have unlocked the ability to do a couple of special dungeons. The Oracle Room, which is a special dungeon that will lead to a challenge dungeon called the Cave of the 7 Stars, where you can get many of the best weapons and gear in the game and fight the hardest enemies in the game. We will need to go through both of those for a couple of trophies. So that is what we're going to be doing next time. So, if you have not already done those, we will be doing those next. If you have already done the Oracle Room and the Cave of the Seven Stars and defeated Revorse, you are free to quit and start a new game for your next playthrough. Remember, there are 2 endings we need to get, so we will have to beat Revorse twice. 3rd time, we just have to get here, and that will get us our platinum. But I'm going to end the video here. If you're enjoying the walkthrough, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time as we go for the Oracle Room and the Cave of the Seven Stars. See you guys then.